Welcome to Improve English with Podcast. I'm very happy you're here today. Today, we're going to talk about something very close to real life. Not big success, not big achievements. We're going to talk about small happiness, the little moments that make your day feel good.
That sounds nice already. But I don't always know how to talk about that in English. Sometimes I feel something, but I can't express it clearly.
That's exactly why this topic is important. Many learners can talk about work, travel, or plans, but when it comes to feelings, especially simple daily joy, it becomes harder. Today, we'll practice how to express those feelings naturally.
Yes, I think I need that. Sometimes I just say, I'm happy, but it feels too simple.
You're right. I'm happy is correct, but it's not very expressive. Let's start with something more natural. Instead of just saying, I'm happy, you can say, I felt really good today.
I felt really good today. Yeah, that sounds more natural.
Exactly. It's simple, but it feels real. You can also say, it was a nice day.
Oh, I use that sometimes, but I didn't know it can mean emotional happiness too.
Yes, it's very flexible. It was a nice day can mean nothing special happened, but you felt calm, comfortable, and okay.
I like that, because not every day is exciting, but sometimes it still feels good.
That's a beautiful way to think about it. Now let's go a little deeper. Sometimes happiness is quiet, not exciting, not loud, just peaceful. In English, you can say, I felt at peace.
I felt at peace. That sounds very calm.
Yes, it's a very emotional phrase. You can use it when you feel relaxed, your mind is quiet, and you feel okay with everything.
I don't usually talk about that in English, but I feel it sometimes.
And now you can express it. Let's try a small sentence. I had a quiet moment and I felt at peace.
I had a quiet moment and I felt at peace. Yeah, that feels very real.
You're doing very well. Now I want to introduce another useful phrase. It meant a lot to me.
Oh, that sounds emotional again.
Yes, it shows something is important to your feelings. Example, my friend listened to me. It meant a lot to me.
So it's not about big things. Even small things can mean a lot.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it.
I think I usually ignore small good moments. I focus too much on problems.
That's very human. But learning to talk about small joy also helps you notice it more.
That's interesting. So language can change how we feel?
Yes, in a way. When you can express something, you become more aware of it.
I like that idea.
Let's do a slightly longer practice. I'll describe a situation. You try to respond with a full sentence.
Okay, I'm ready.
You had a simple dinner at home. Nothing special, but you felt comfortable and relaxed.
It was a simple dinner, but I really enjoyed it.
That's excellent. Now let's make it a little more emotional.
Maybe it was a simple dinner, but I felt really good.
Very nice. Now add one more detail.
It was a simple dinner, but I felt really good. I felt at peace.
That's beautiful English. You see how your expression is growing?
Yes, and it doesn't feel too difficult.
That's the key. Simple words, real feeling. Now let's talk about another common situation. Sometimes we feel happy after finishing something. Not a big project, just something small. You can say, I feel satisfied.
I feel satisfied. Is that like happy?
It's a little different. Happy is emotional. Satisfied means you feel good because something is complete.
Ah, like finishing cleaning my room.
Exactly. You can say, I cleaned my room and I feel satisfied.
That's true, actually. I feel that sometimes.
And now you can say it in English. Let's practice again. You finished your work early.
I finished my work early, and I feel satisfied.
Perfect. Now let's combine feelings.
I finished my work early, and I feel satisfied and relaxed.
Excellent. You're building natural sentences now.
I feel more confident already.
That's wonderful to hear. Now let's move into a more emotional situation. Sometimes we feel happy because of connection, talking to someone, feeling understood. You can say, it felt really meaningful.
Meaningful. That word feels deep.
Yes, it means something has emotional value. Example, I had a deep conversation with my friend. It felt really meaningful.
I like that sentence. I want to use it in real life.
Let's practice together. You talked to someone you trust.
I talked to someone I trust, and it felt really meaningful.
Very good. Now add a feeling after that.
It felt really meaningful, and it made me happy.
Perfect. You're connecting ideas naturally now.
I didn't expect this to feel so emotional.
That's the beauty of this topic. We're not just learning English, we're learning how to express real life.
I think I need this. Sometimes I feel things, but I stay silent.
And now you don't have to stay silent. You have the words. Let's continue exploring more ways to express daily joy. Let's continue with another very real situation. Sometimes happiness comes when nothing is wrong. Not because something amazing happened, but simply because things feel okay. In English, a very natural way to say this is, everything felt just right.
Everything felt just right. That sounds very comfortable.
Yes, exactly. It means nothing is perfect, but everything feels balanced. You feel calm inside.
I like that feeling, but I never knew how to describe it.
Now you can. Let's try a sentence together. I had a simple day, but everything felt just right.
I had a simple day, but everything felt just right.
Yeah, that feels very natural. You're doing great. Now let's talk about another common feeling. Sometimes we don't feel strong happiness, but we feel light, less stress. You can say, I felt lighter.
I felt lighter. No, that's interesting.
Yes, it doesn't mean physical weight. It means your mind feels easier. Your stress is less. You feel more relaxed.
Ah, like after talking to someone.
Exactly. Example, I talked to my friend and I felt lighter.
That's very real. I feel that after sharing my problems.
That's a perfect moment to use this phrase. Let's practice. You were worried, then you solved a small problem.
I solved the problem and I felt lighter.
Very good. Now build a longer sentence.
I was worried before, but after I solved it, I felt lighter.
Excellent. Now you're expressing emotional change.
It feels good to say it like this.
That's the goal. Now let's move into another beautiful expression. Sometimes a moment is not big, but it stays in your heart. You can say, it stayed with me.
It stayed with me. Oh, that sounds deep.
Yes, it means the feeling continued after the moment. Example, that conversation stayed with me.
So it means I keep thinking about it.
Yes, but in an emotional way. Not just thinking, feeling.
I understand. Let me try. My friend said something kind and it stayed with me.
That's beautiful. Now let's add one more idea.
My friend said something kind and it stayed with me. It made me feel good.
Perfect. Now your English is not only correct, it's expressive.
I feel more connected when I speak like this.
Exactly. Now let's explore another situation. Sometimes we feel thankful for something small. Instead of just saying, thank you, you can express your feeling like this. I really appreciated it.
I really appreciated it. That sounds more meaningful than just thanks.
Yes, it shows deeper feeling. Example, you helped me today. I really appreciated it.
I think I want to use this more in real life.
That's a great idea. Let's practice. Someone listens to you.
You listened to me. I really appreciated it.
Very good. Now make it more natural.
You really listened to me, and I appreciated it.
Excellent. Now connect it with emotion.
You really listened to me, and I appreciated it. It meant a lot to me.
Very powerful sentence.
It feels like real conversation now.
Because it is real. Now, let's move into a slightly deeper feeling. Sometimes we don't just feel good, we feel grateful. You can say, I felt grateful.
I felt grateful. When do we use that?
You use it when you recognize something good in your life. Example, I spent time with my family and I felt grateful.
So it's like appreciating life.
Exactly.
I think I don't say that enough.
Many people don't, but it's a very powerful expression. Let's practice. You had a calm evening at home.
I had a calm evening at home, and I felt grateful.
Very nice. Now add more detail.
I had a calm evening at home, and I felt grateful for that moment.
Perfect. Now your sentence is complete and natural.
I'm starting to enjoy this.
That's great to hear. Now let's move into a longer role play. Imagine this. You are talking to a friend at the end of the day. They ask you, "How was your day?" Let's answer in a natural way.
Okay, I'll try. It was a simple day, but I felt really good.
Good start. Continue.
I had a nice morning, and I enjoyed my coffee.
Very natural. Keep going.
I talked to a friend, and it stayed with me.
Excellent. Add emotion.
It stayed with me, and it made me feel lighter.
Beautiful. One more sentence.
And at the end of the day, I felt grateful.
That's a complete natural answer.
Wow, that actually sounds like something I would say.
Because now you have the language for your real feelings.
Before this, I think I would just say, it was okay.
And now?
Now I can explain more. I can share what I really felt.
That's a big step. Now, let's explore one more important expression. Sometimes a moment is small, but it feels special. You can say, it felt special.
That felt special. Simple, but emotional.
Exactly. Example, we had a simple dinner, but it felt special.
I really like that sentence.
Let's practice. You spent time with someone important.
I spent time with someone important, and it felt special.
Very good. Now combine with gratitude.
It felt special, and I felt grateful.
Excellent. Now your sentences are rich with emotion.
I'm feeling like I'm not just learning English, I'm learning how to talk about my life.
That's exactly what we want. Language is not just words, it's connection.
I think I understand that now.
Good. Let's continue building this feeling and go even deeper into real-life conversations. Let's continue with one more layer of expression. Now that you can describe small happy moments, let's learn how to reflect on them. Sometimes after a good day, you look back and think, that was enough. In English, you can say, that was just what I needed.
That was just what I needed. Oh, that feels very real.
Yes, it's a very natural phrase. It means the moment helped you, it gave you comfort, it came at the right time.
I think I feel that often, but I never said it in English.
Now you can. Let's try together. You had a quiet walk after a stressful day.
I went for a walk, and it was just what I needed.
Perfect. Now let's add a little emotion.
I went for a walk after a long day, and it was just what I needed.
That sounds very natural.
It feels honest.
That's because it is honest. Now let's explore something deeper. Sometimes happiness is not strong. It's soft. It comes quietly. In English, you can say, it gave me a sense of calm.
A sense of calm. That sounds very peaceful.
Yes, it describes a gentle feeling. Example, sitting alone gave me a sense of calm.
I really like that. It feels slow and soft.
Exactly. Let's practice. You spent some time in silence.
I spent some time in silence, and it gave me a sense of calm.
Very good. Now let's connect it with your day.
My day was busy, but that quiet moment gave me a sense of calm.
Excellent. You're expressing contrast now, which makes your English more natural.
I feel like I'm really speaking, not just practicing.
That's a big change. Now let's move into another useful idea. Sometimes you don't want to say too much, just a simple reflection. You can say, I'm glad I had that moment.
I'm glad I had that moment. Simple but meaningful.
Yes, it shows quiet appreciation. Let's practice. You had a nice conversation.
I'm glad I had that conversation.
Perfect. Now add feeling.
I'm glad I had that conversation. It meant a lot to me.
Perfect.
I'm starting to combine everything naturally now.
Yes, and that's the goal. Now let's move into a longer, more natural conversation. Imagine you are talking to a close friend at night. They ask you again, "How was your day?" Really? This time, answer slowly and honestly.
It was a simple day, but it felt just right. I had a quiet morning, and I really enjoyed it. I talked to a friend, and it stayed with me. It made me feel lighter. And later, I had some time alone, and it gave me a sense of calm.
That sounds very real. Continue.
And at the end of the day, I felt grateful. And I think it was just what I needed.
That is beautiful English.
It feels different. Before, I didn't have these words.
And now?
Now I can explain my feelings more clearly, even small feelings.
That's very important, because real life is not only big moments, it's mostly small ones.
Yes, I understand that more now.
Let's do one final practice together. I'll guide you, and you respond naturally. Ready?
Yes,
You had a long day, but something small made you smile.
it was a long day, but something small made me smile, and that made my day.
Very nice. Now you felt calm at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, I felt at peace.
Good. Now you reflect on the whole day.
Looking back, everything felt just right.
Excellent. Now finish with a feeling of appreciation.
I'm glad I had those moments. I really appreciated them.
That's a complete and natural reflection.
I feel more confident now, not just with English, but with expressing myself.
That's wonderful to hear. Before we finish, I want to remind you of something important. You don't need big words to express deep feelings. Simple English can be very powerful.
Yes, I can feel that now.
And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Try this in your daily life. At the end of the day, ask yourself, how did I really feel today? And answer in English.
I will try that.
You don't need perfect grammar, you don't need perfect sentences, you just need honesty and a few simple phrases.
Thank you. This really helped me.
You're always welcome. And to everyone listening, take a moment today to notice something small that made you feel good. Then try to say it in English. Even one sentence is enough.
Yes, maybe something like, it was a simple day, but I felt really good.
Perfect. Thank you for spending this time with us. We hope you feel more confident and more connected to your English and more connected to your daily life.
See you next time.
Take care and keep practicing.